Let's go to another a fellow Quebecer, which is Dino Bravo.
Dino Bravo. Jesus, Dino Bravo. I'll tell you. You know what? Dino Bravo and I, we had some great times together playing cards and in the business, but we also had some bad times in the business because we're both looking for the same spot there, except he owned the business. So it was pretty hard for me to pass over on top of him. But the truth is, although the competition between me and him was always there, trying to steal a fan, or I got to tell you, I liked the guy. The guy was a real Quebecer. He was, he did things. I remember, I'll tell you this, not to say bad things, but what a temper he had. He was a strong guy. We all know that. But what a bad temper he had. I remember, and it was always for little things. I remember one time he came to the wrestling show in Montreal and his car broke down, so we had to take the bus. But the public bus there, like downtown on the corner of the street, and he didn't have a choice. And he had a fight with the driver because but this old man, but he didn't have a really fist fight, but just he was mean. That went into the papers everywhere. Another time there was the Nordiques, the Quebec Nordiques, the hockey team. It was in the NHL for a while against the Montreal Canadiens. What a rivalry, the two Quebec teams fighting. And Dino Bravo went to sit in the back of the bench there of the Quebec coach, and all night long, boy, he's just blah, 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 blah. And then finally it got into they escorted Dino up, but that was on the news. That was everywhere. Yeah. Dino knew how to get his nose into some things there.
Yeah.
But
how was the opportunity of being a part of Dark Side of the Ring? That was a really huge. That's been a really, really big and popular documentary over the past couple of years. When it comes to pro wrestling. How did you get that opportunity to chat about the Dino Bravo during this series?
I got to tell you, they just called me. I was happy they called me, probably because, a fellow man and all that. But I had the feeling also, it's amazing because, TV will always be TV. And I had a feeling that they really were coming into me like they're trying to get some dirt and some stuff that was really bad, with the law and everything. And the dark side was really the dark side of wrestling. Yeah. But I'm so happy now because I think I made Dino look the best that I could. I've always had the respect for him anyway. And now Dark Side of the Ring is just a little scoop here and there. They called me. I'm going to do another episode now. I'm going to do another one with Brett, with Dynamite Kid. They're doing a story on the uprising and the fall of Dynamite Kid. And I have a big part in there. So they're coming to Montreal next week, and I'm going to I think for an hour I'm going to tell a story of what happened before and after, like I told you when we spoke, and so that's going to be great exposure. But at the same time, I will definitely give credit to the Bulldogs and really take care of their image because like I always said, through all this, and now knowing that Mr. Perfect was the instigator of all that, that's what we didn't know at the time, and nobody knew. The Bulldogs were my heroes. When me and Raymond came to WWF, it was amazing, and Dynamite, my kid, he was a nice guy. When he was nice, he was nice. How can I say that? Like when I think I was his friend there, before the altercation, and I think that he was nice. He had respect. It's just it was all the way it was stirred up. By Kurt Hennig, I heard that made the big altercation, everything that's followed. But the Dynamite Kid himself, he was. I missed him just after in Calgary when I went for a couple of years because, as you know, we're all brother-in-laws and all that, and with the Hearts and Davey Boy but everybody talked so highly of him. And when I first noticing him in the ring, when I heard his name for the first times before we came to the WWF, I was looking at Raymond like, we're never going to be good like that. Like these guys are it. Yeah. These guys are it. They were hot.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So the Hands of Stone. Ronnie Garvin. Ronnie Garvin, yes, former NWA world champion.
Hey, what a man! What a guy! What a nice guy! He's really close to my brother Raymond. I think they go hunting sometimes still today.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
met him once. I've met him
yeah.
once, and he's a really nice guy. I used to take he's now 8, my oldest son, and he liked wrestling when he was like 3 years old, 4 years old. So I would take him to. I'm friends with Bobby Fulton, and
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good
yeah.
friends
You
with
say hi
Bobby.
to Bobby for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And we
He's-
would, he's in Ohio, so he would have. He lives, he's in probably an hour and 15 minutes away from me, so he would have shows within like the 45 to hour and a half range, and I would go and support him and get some interviews and do some media. And it was an interview. It was a time where Ronnie Garvin was there and signing autographs, and he
yeah.
took a picture of my son, and my son had the world champ. I have a replica of the big gold belt, and so he took a picture with him. Yeah,
And his yellow tights.
yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie always has. I always thought to myself, what a tough guy with those yellow tights.
That
He
shows
must
how
have been.
tough he is. Like like the Hearts, they were pink and black. You know what I mean? But it just goes to show, like, I don't care what color it is, I'm gonna beat your tail.
Yeah, but that's true too. But Ronnie Garvin and Jimmy Garvin, where they weren't really brothers, but they worked together with Precious as their manager,
Right.
a female manager.
Mhm.
And we did an angle in Montreal. And Chris, I'm telling you, we have all the records of money drawing in Quebec with the Garvins, the Rougeaus against the Garvins, and it was amazing because I through my business, I've always liked. It's amazing. I never was a fighter. I never was a tough guy, but I always like people to think so. The fans. And when I get in the ring, either with Greg Valentine or Ronnie Garvin, it was Chop City, and it was like I remember Joe LeDuc one time too. I always enjoyed chops because chops don't hurt, but they sting and they sound loud. And if you keep your hands soft when you give it, it really pops if you have the timing right.
Yeah.
And I used to have these shoots with Ronnie Garvin every night, and it was a running gag. We'd come in and I'd have some like a split skin there, a little bit on my chest there, a little bit of no blood, but close to it, And but the greatest guy, and if ever we were doing those chops back and forth, and he'd hit me by accident somewhere, just chop my shoulder blade or something, he'd be the first guy to say, "You okay? You okay? You okay?" He was the most considerate guy in the ring.
Nice.
And what a great worker, Ronnie Garvin. He'd come off the top rope with a knee drop, and you could never feel it.
I remember when I was a fan back in '87, I believe, is when he won the world title from Ric Flair, and I was super, super happy. I was a little kid at that time, and I was super happy because Flair was the villain, And,
Yeah.
I remember Ronnie Garvin winning the title, and I was
Wow.
super happy. He only kept it for a little bit, though. I wonder why he only kept it for just a little run.
Well, to be honest with you, I can't see. It was better in the older days, though, in the 80s and 90s. But as the years came on, the guys got bigger, and the guys got tall. The guys got taller. The guy got bigger, so to try to impress the kids. And Ronnie didn't have that impressive of a size. What a great body! What a great shape!
Mm-hmm.
He was, but not a monster in the ring. Well, I think that must have played against him, because if you take an example and you put Ronnie Garvin against King Kong Bundy, you can't have a match.